Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Gardening with 1 Indian Zone 5B. My name is Janelle, and I'm here to help take the intimidation out of gardening for you. I ran into a little bit of a conundrum. It's all because of me. It's all my fault about having too many plants. I ordered some more grow bags. This is a 10 pack or a 12 pack of 10-gallon grow bags. They just got here yesterday afternoon, kind of late, so I didn't have time to pot my stuff up, but I'll show you what I have left. It's this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes. I thought there was a pepper in here. I got to get some sweet potatoes in the ground. There's a couple things that will not go into the ground. They're not going to go into grow bags. They're going to go into something else. And I'm on the fence about if I should put mint in one of the grow bags. And my concern is so a lot of things that stay in pots here in the winter, if you leave them outside or in the garage, they don't come back because of the cold coming from always. It kind of skips the whole natural frost and freeze within the ground in a larger scale of soil. So sometimes things that we plant in pots and over winter, they rot or they freeze out. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put mint in one of the grow bags. I'm leaning towards yes. Please, if you've done this, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Just because everybody says mint is impossible to kill. No. I had some peppermint that I had planted. It lasted 2 seasons. The second season that it came back, it was really gimpy. I harvested maybe a handful of leaves. And then the next year, it didn't come back, which was last year. So I was without mint last year. So I bought a spearmint plant this time instead of peppermint. So I'm going to put that in a grow bag. And then I also have some seed potatoes in the garage that have to go in the grow bag. So let's get started on today's task. It's supposed to rain later this morning and this afternoon, so I'm trying to get as much done outside. I can worry about laundry and cleaning the house once it's raining. All right, let's get busy. Here's something cool. Those bags came with little tags. So let's see how many. 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. So it must be a 10 pack. So cool. Little tags. I never had that come with grow bags. I got these on Amazon. I'll try to put the link in the description box for us. It's kind of hard to believe that this stack is 10 grow bags. I'll open one up here to show you. Like, this is one. It's not much bigger than a notebook. And then you just kind of got to unfold it, open it, kind of push the sides out like this. And then we have a 10-gallon grow bag. These also have handles, so that makes it really easy to move them around. All right, let's get filling these up. I think I have like 13 bags of soil in the garage. I bought the 2 cubic foot bags. They were the ones that were the least expensive for my project. I opened up one of the bags already, and I actually like it. It's more of like a gardening soil than a potting soil. I'll show you what I mean in a little bit here. So this is what the soil looks like. It's got a little bit more, it looks like a more of a peat moss, more sticks, but the sticks are all real pliable and easy to break. And it seems like the perlite is a little bit larger, and perlite is this white stuff, and it's very like crumbly. So this is what the soil looks like in the bags that I had purchased. I will show you one of those bags once I get it emptied out so I don't have to lift it up for the camera. I'm just going to go ahead and fill the bags up because, people probably know how to fill up a bag of dirt. So I won't bore you with that part. So here we go. So this is the brand of the potting soil that I went with. This is not being sponsored. And these were $10.99 on sale last week, and the sale was off when I went to get 7 more, so they were $11.99. This is 2 cubic feet, and about 3/4 of a bag fills up one of the 10-gallon grow bags. So let's go ahead and do this. I think it's also kind of a smart thing to show you also rolling the tops back so that you don't have to dig as far in, and also wearing yellow is kind of not a smart choice for when you're playing around with this much dirt. But anyway, I'll just show you here real quick. I'm just going to kind of dump some in one of these bags. I hope you can see this. Like this. Whoa! So I say I'm going to dump it in a bag, but I meant I'm going to dump it all over the sidewalk. Not smart. And that's just because one of these big dirt clumps comes out. And that happens during shipping where the soil kind of gets compressed. Nothing you can do to stop it. And they're just very easy, you know, to crumble up and fluff up again. So let's try this again. Same thing. Some days I get in my own way. All right, I'm going to have to get a broom here. I think I'm going to go with my original plan. Here, I'm just going to show you again. The clumps like this, they just break up really nice. Here's another big clump, breaks up really nice. Here's another big clump, just breaks up really nice. So I got nice fluffy soil, but what I should be doing is using a pot to scoop it out until the bag is almost empty and then pour it in. When I filled up my last bags, I actually put enough soil in just to kind of make it hold its round shape. And then I was able to dump the bags in. But not today. There. Now this bag was not entirely full. I was using it for other projects. So it was about, I don't know, maybe a little more than half a bag. So now I'm just kind of breaking up the soil. There's no really need to fill it to the tippy top because it just costs more money because it costs more with more soil. Let me scoop out some of this into this bag. There. This is more what I want. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill up the bags that I need. Here we go. All righty, I just filled all of my grow bags. I used a total of 6 bags of soil, which were 2 cubic feet each, and a half a bag. So let's just pretend that the half bag went in there. Oh my, you say, a little green pot. Did you not have enough grow bags? I did not. I actually thought that, for some reason, I thought I would have an extra grow bag. I don't know, just bad math. And then you notice there's nothing in this one, but when I cut apart those seed potatoes, that's going to be a potato bag. This here is a patio tomato, so that's why it's going to go into the smaller pot. It's a determinate type of a tomato called Geranium Kiss. And what a determinate tomato is once it flowers and produces, that's it. It's done. Where everything else that I grow is indeterminate, meaning it's vining, it's going to produce all the way until the frost kills it. I think today is going to be graduation day for the carrots. I think they're going to lose their garbage cans. I think I'm going to have to put those on the 3 potato bags just so that the critters are less tempted to dig up the potatoes and run off with them. Each grow bag will produce maybe 3 to 5 pounds of potatoes. This is just a white potato that I'm going to be planting. And then here, these 1, 2, 3 little pots, those are actually sweet potatoes. Now, 2 of these plants don't have much roots on. And when I find them, I'm going to kind of keep them together and hope for the best. One of these has a ton of roots, so I'm not worried about that one. I almost think it's this one here. And then here are more of my tomatoes. Now this poor little guy here, and this was just by sheer accident, this was in the plant sale. And let me see if I can show you. You can kind of see the center stalk was broken off, but it started out shooting really healthy stalks from the sides. Now, in normal world, you would say that that's a sucker and to get rid of it, but I'm going to trim them up and I'm going to see what happens as far as production on the top. It's a healthy plant. I really would hate to toss it just because of that imperfection. So we're going to see about that. And then this here is another paste tomato. I still have some eggshells, so eggshells will go in the holes of the tomatoes. So let's get started. Alrighty, let's just start with the potatoes. Now, these are potatoes that I had purchased over winter because I ran out. And I don't eat potatoes super, super fast, but I kind of forgot about them. So they started to sprout. Now, each one of these sprouts is going to create like a set of leaves to go above the soil. So you can see, technically, I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could have 8 plants from this one potato. Now, this one here has just the nice ones here, kind of like on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the top half and I'm going to discard. So you can buy seed potatoes in the store and you're going to get smaller potatoes, maybe about like that big, and you can plant those. That's perfectly fine. But I always feel like then I'm buying potatoes twice, the ones that I get like this, and then I'm buying seed potatoes. So I'm just going to kind of cut that. If you ever notice like any black or anything inside, then don't plant it. But this is a perfectly good white sweet potato. So I'm going to just dig a nice deep hole in here. I hope you can see this. And I'm digging the hole so that it goes down to about my wrist. And I'm going to put that in there. Cover it up. Do your best, guys. And now on this one here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here and on an angle. It's kind of nice. You don't have to stay in the lines or do anything perfect. And again, there's no imperfections on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant these. Set that down. And again, I'm going to dig a nice hole about wrist deep. Put those in. Do your best. And then I'm going to do it in this one here too. About wrist deep. Do your best. All right. So I'm just going to move these out of the way and we're going to continue on. Now, because these tomatoes are kind of big, I'm going to put the cages in the grow bag first and then plant the tomato within the cage. This way I'm not worried about the cage maybe knocking off a decent sized branch. So we have put this one here. Now you can see it wiggles a lot, so I think I'm going to take a bungee cord and just kind of strap them to this fence just to give them a little bit more support here, because it's a little wiggly. And we'll do that for this one, like that. And one more. Whoa, whoa. All right. Uh-oh. See, it's kind of windy up here. All right. What's hanging up? Oh, there you guys. All right. So these tomatoes most likely have a pretty decent root system within them already. So I think what I want to do is trim off the lower branches right away. I'm just going to run over there and get my snippers. There we go. I'm going to snip off. I'm going to snip off this branch here and its sucker and this one here. And now, let's just set that there for now. So we'll just put that one here. It's got a little name tag on it, so I'm going to peel the name tag off and just kind of wrap it on the wires. This is an alpaca paste tomato. So I'll just put that at eye level so I always know what it is, like that. I'm going to put my hole in here. I'm going to give it a little bit of eggshells, like that. I'm sure these are going to have decent roots. Come on. Oh yeah, these are due to be in the ground. So in this case, I'm just going to kind of squish this. I'm going to do it over the soil, but I'm going to just kind of squish this to loosen up the roots to let them know, hey, you don't have to stay in that shape anymore. Just like this. Just give it a little squish like that. Then I'm just going to get these in here, Come on. Like that. Get the soil in there. There, one done. Now we're going to do this one. And we're going to do the eggshells again. There we go. Same thing. We're going to just see like what the roots look like. Oh, look at that. Way overdue. And this is another opaca. So I'm just going to kind of give it a little squeeze and, you know, hey guys, you don't have to stay that shape anymore. I'm going to weasel that in here. There we go. I'm so glad I'm doing this today. It's starting to cloud up, so that rain is coming. Opaca paste. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to bungee these to the gate. No problem. And then this one here, again, we're going to dig a nice hole. I'm going to give it some eggshells. This one here. So this is a Sheboygan paste. This is a pretty good producer, if I remember right, last year. I'm going to get that. But let's kind of give it a little squeeze. Oh yeah, see, here's another one. Look at it, it's even got the shapes of the ridges of the cup. Oh my goodness. So this one I'm going to kind of go from the top. So let's go like this, and we're going to just kind of going down on the elevator. We're just going to loosen up those roots. You guys don't have to stay in that shape anymore. There we go. Get that soil tamped in around it. Now they still have their stakes with them, and I'm going to leave that for now. And this one here has got a couple of suckers. So we're going to get that out of there. We're going to get this one out of there. We're going to get this one out of here. And then on this one here, it's just a couple little ones. That one, oops, like that, that one. Let's get rid of this one. All right, and then that'll work for now. So then, let's go and move you back to the other area where I was planting, where I need to plant the rest. I'm going to show you real quick. I just ran a bungee from over here, and I just kind of like wove it into the back part, so at least it's holding up like one bracket of the cage. Here it's like through two, and then here it's only through one again, and then I have it linked to the little gate. So that's going to keep these from, oh yeah, look at that. They really hardly move at all now. Ooh, that was a good idea. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that little step. So now let's move over here. And then these are the last ones to plant. I got to go get my eggshells. Last year I was still planting at the end of June, and here we are June 8th, and I'm just finishing. So I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of the game this time. So right now we're going to do the little patio tomato here. Let me just move this back a little bit. And the determinate ones, you're not supposed to prune at all. So I'm leaving this just as is. I did pull off like yellow leaves on it, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, just to kind of make it look a little nicer. Again, we're going to just dig a hole. Set that there. Let's get some eggshells. Now that all these guys are planted, then I can sprinkle the rest of the eggshells around my hostas, and I don't have to have those decorating my kitchen counter. Yay! All right, this one here needs a little pruning. So again, we visited this one. It's got the broken part here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this here. I'm going to snip this here. I think I'm going to take this one off here. I'm definitely going to take this off. Definitely going to take this off. And this one. Now this is one that's going to need a cage. So it's not super tall yet, but it still has earned its right to have a cage. So I'm going to dig my hole. I'm going to give it some eggshells. We're going to squeeze that pot. And again, nice root system. I'm going to squeeze the roots a little bit. You guys don't have to stay that way anymore. And then just going to get that in there. Now this one here, I probably won't need as strong of a tomato cage, and I do have one smaller one down by the fence line. So that's the geranium kiss, just so I remember to make stakes for them. And then now we're down to the sweet potatoes. So this one here, I'm kind of dig a bigger hole. Now I just put these in soil, I think this last week. So really hasn't had, no, this is one of the weaker ones. This is a strong one. So I'm going to put the weaker one here and the strong one there, like that. And then this one here, let's see if this has another big root system. There's only a couple that have really big, oh, I think this is one that gets its own bag. The reason I say that, look at those roots. How rude of me, I need to bring you in closer. How that. So this one has earned its spot in here, like that. And then we're going to see what this one's going to do. Let's see. So it's going to probably be 2 plants. It's probably not the smartest thing to put 2 plants in one's bag, but I'm out of bags. On this one here, you can kind of see the little roots coming through here, like that. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to put that one in on this side, and then this one's going to go on this side. And again, this one here doesn't have the impressive roots just yet. So who knows? Maybe it's not going to even grow. All right. So we've got these guys in. Let's give them a drink. I watered them this morning, but there's nothing wrong with giving them a little drink when they're in their new home. Remember, sweet potatoes are in the morning glory family. And these store really nice over winter. They're kind of like a superfood, kind of like pumpkin. So it's always good to have some sweet potatoes. I love a sweet potato in roast vegetables. So anyway, that is me planting up my grow bags before the rain today. Now, all I have left to plant are these little guys. So, and that I can do on my own. You don't need to watch me do that. That can't be too exciting. So anyway, I just wanted to share my process with you this morning so that if you get a bunch of grow bags and you're stumbling, you're probably not actually stumbling through the process of filling them. I stumble through it. Look at me, I spilled dirt. So, and then I don't fill them all the way full. And I learned from a really good friend of mine. She puts straw on the top, kind of like a mulch, and that kind of retains some moisture. Now, grow bags, because they are fabric, they do dry out a little bit more quickly. So you kind of got to watch that. So anyway, I hope you found all this information fun and exciting and doing a project with me. Tackle your own project. Here in Wisconsin, we should just be finishing planting our stuff at this time of year. Like I said, last year it took me all the way to the end of June. I was hurting, so I just wasn't able to do a lot at once. This year is way better, so I'm getting so much more done. So anyway, I hope you found this video informative. Please like, follow, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.